right, so don't mind all the pitter patter. It is like thundering and lightning outside. But anyway, we got this cool little cooler mate insert, I guess, right? So you're probably checking it out, looking for different ways to keep all your stuff cool while you're out camping or just out on the road or whatever you're doing. And this is actually a great way to do it. Now, I would suggest to get a larger cooler. Don't get one of the ones that just have handles on either side. Get one with wheels. If you do that, it should be large enough, because this does take up a good amount of space, but if you get a large one, then it's worth it. Now remember, yeah, it takes up a good amount of space, but it's all at the bottom. So it's keeping all the cooling capability where you want it to be, in the coldest part where it's gonna stay the coldest, and the rest of your stuff in your cooler isn't getting wet from ice and all that. Remember that. The other great thing about this, and I'm gonna fill it up in a second, is that say you're out for a while. Now, we were out all weekend. When we got back, I dumped out the water. There was still a chunk of ice in there. Say you are, you've been out a few days, it's all turned to water, whatever. You can always, or if there's a little bit of ice, you can always just dump it out and then top it back off with ice. Now you're gonna say, okay, SK, but what if I have all of my groceries and stuff in here? Well, that is what this is for. This is actually a tube that you can use to suction. So you just put your mouth on it, get a little suction going, and then you can pour it out. So you don't have to disturb this. And then once the water's out, then this is at the top of the cooler, or about the top of the cooler, close to it. You can just unscrew it and dump your ice in and leave everything in the cooler there. And trust me, I'm not just saying that as, some demonstration. That was serious thunder right there. I'm not just saying that in theory. We've done that in practice many, many times. Sometimes if you only have a few groceries here or something easy, you'll probably just pull it off rather than using the suction. But that's a great thing if you have a lot of stuff in here you don't want to disturb. So it's very simple. All you need to do is get a hose and fill her up. Be sure you subscribe to SK Lifestyle. Yeah, that's right. You just want to hit that subscribe button right there and that notification bell. Now, how long does it take to get frozen? We'll see. I'll check on it. I can't really remember, but I'd say I would give it about at least 2 days. So if you're going out, like we're going on vacation in about a week. So I'm just doing it now, so there's no question we have a nice solid block of ice. Because again, if you have a solid block of ice, then, oops, SK fail. If you have a solid block of ice, again, this thing should last about 4 days before you even need to think about topping it off with ice. And even then, once the ice is melted, it's still very cool water. So, it's not an immediate rush. But if you have a lot of actual groceries and not just like, beer and stuff, you may want to make sure you top it off sooner than later. But again, this is just a great device. We bought it at a camping show, SK fail. I'm just gonna keep pouring it all over the ground. But I will show it in a minute as we go to pack it up, because again, like I said, we'll be on vacation, so you can see how we use it in action. SK Lifestyle. Oh, look at that. I didn't spill it, at least for the third time. Oh, an SK pro tip. Don't fill it all the way to the rim. You need some space for the ice to expand. Yes, it is very different, water people, than just about everything else. When it freezes, it gets larger. So it may sound crazy, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that may not know that, or may just be in a rush and not thinking about that. So just trying to give you the tip. Don't fill it all the way to the top. I know you may think, oh, that extra inch will give me an extra, 15 hours of cool time. It's not worth it. Leave about 1.5 to 2 inches from the top there, and you should be good. Again, the thing will stay frozen for 4 days. You'll be all right. SK Lifestyle pro tip. It's nice in our freezer. Oh, and second SK pro tip, once you're done transporting it to go freeze, leave the top loose. That will allow for, I believe, better expansion. No problems. You won't burst the thing or anything like that. You don't want it sealed tight. So one of the great things about this, you can obviously, like I said, you can open it up, and you saw, so this melted. We had nothing but water. You could use the siphon, get rid of the extra water. And then what I did was just, fill it up with some more ice. so we don't have to worry about ice all in here, getting everything wet, dumping out the whole cooler and all that kind of stuff. If you have sandwiches and everything, they're all gonna stay dry. And yeah, it's just such an easy thing to use. And you can see, got a little room in the back, tons of room up front. Getting a little unorganized because, you know, it's been, you know, summertime. It's 4th of July. We're partying out here. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys one more quick look at the cooler mate. That's right. And what you can do with it.